Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode in our survival series. Today's focus is going to be on getting an obscene amount of resources so that I can continue this giant tree base. So let me show you what we have to work with. Oops. Uppity up up up. So this is our tree. I have decided on a block palette that is very warm and bright. It is going to be a giant fall tree in an eternally fall season. I think it's a really beautiful type of tree. I think it's a really beautiful time of the year, and I want to eternalize this in my Minecraft world. And I also don't want to go with something basic like just green leaves. I know autumn colors are a little bit out of touch with this time of year, as of the time I'm recording. It is the end of December and we're going into the new year. But I do really want to do a orange, yellow, and slightly reddish tree. But yeah, I've got a couple of resources here. We have our resin clumps, which we can farm at night by just sitting here and manually attacking a whole bunch of creeping in the middle of the night. We also have a wool farm here. The only wools that I'm collecting are orange wool and yellow wool. Because red wool is just a little bit too red. A slight accent of red stained glass is perfectly appropriate and adds to the build, but anytime I try to add actual red full blocks, it just turns into a nasty. And then we have my basement in here, which I have been slowly and surely populating with bees. And I've got bees all over the place. This entire ring is surrounded by every 10-inch blocks or so. We get a honeycomb generator where the bees populate and give honey, and it automatically harvests. And it's pretty efficient. I have not restocked any of these shears yet. And then, of course, all of these farms are decently efficient, and I can get decently large amounts of the bees' items with a decently small amount of effort. And of course, the last farm we have here is our gold farm. Very efficient, probably a little bit too fast for the amount of hoppers I have. I think sometimes we get some despawning stuff. We have this farm here, which is working and is not broken a second time, and we get all of this gold. I've been AFKing here over the Christmas season, and I've gotten this much blocks of gold. And considering that this is only an accent block, I think this will work really fine. And then, of course, the last item is stained glass, which I'll just take some bone meal to a plains biome and get a whole bunch of flowers, gather the glass, gather the sand and gravel from my spots. And I have some locations in the world tallied where I can just pull a whole bunch of that. So yeah. We will, in fact, not be using concrete block because I think that I want a little bit of texture for when I'm close up to the build. Now let me show you a sneak peek of what I'm actually going to be building. So I'm going to be making something akin to this right here. So the honey blocks are probably the most interesting parts of the entire thing. I think they might be a tad weird. We have our resin blocks, and we have our wools, we have our glass blocks. And all that, and then when you take a distance away, it looks really, really nice. So, and of course the last item, which we do not have a farm for yet, is the wood. We are going to be making a wood farm, like a very efficient one with the TNT duper. And I'm going to see how much faster I can get TNT, I'm going to see how much faster I can get wood with this farm. So, yeah, buckle in. This is going to be a fun one. Okay, I just looked at a thumbnail and designed this. Look at the video. Okay, so we have this. That was really simple. Coral fan, I don't even want to guess how this works. I have no idea. I'm not even going to pretend I know how this works. I just don't. This just works, and I don't know why. Okay, so now I just make something like that drops the TNT onto the obsidian, and we block it right here. I accidentally updated the block. Oops. Okay, I have decided this is how I'm doing it. So I blew it up once, forgot to record it, so I'm going to show this to you again. And how much blows up? Okay, so everything from 1 block under to 3 blocks above is almost guaranteed to get destroyed. We will put the grass block for the sapling. We're gonna put it about here. Okie dokie. So in theory, we plant a sapling and all these fire. Sapling. Bone meal. I might be really stupid. Wait, I want to do this on my own. I want to come up with my own design for this. That's not incredibly stupid, but I need to figure out this problem. Maybe this will do the trick. No. Oh. Isn't working. I think I should probably come up with my own, I should probably look up a farm. Okay, I've decided to build on the intelligence of those who passed through this life before me. Actually, I don't think they're dead, but you get what I mean. I am just going to follow the tutorial, and I am just going to build it. I'm just going to gather the materials for it, and then I am just going to have a nice wood farm, and we're not going to ask any questions. Okay, so I probably have everything I need except for the coral fan. That one singular item is gonna be such a pain in the neck to deal with. Oh my goodness, I have to fly for a very far, very distant location. I think I've seen one over near where the mangrove biome was, so I'm gonna check over there. Oh yes, also the bees have been hard at work. We have a lot of honeycomb. I thought the beehives were saturated, but they do not appear to be. Because I keep, some of them are producing a lot more honeycomb than others, which is, like, that makes sense if some of them don't have full beehives. So I guess I gotta keep still reproducing the bees. Oh, come now. Come. Bah, humbug. It's fine, it's fine. I have multiple beds in here. I am one of those rich people that has multiple beds. I am the richest person in this entire world. And I have multiple beds. It's a good thing to have. I enjoy having multiple beds. It's helpful. Alright, we're close now. I've got to sneeze. I can't sneeze. I don't have to sneeze anymore. Okay, so it's this direction. In like a very, very far away in this direction is where I'll probably find a coral reef. I feel like I'll be lucky if I stick to the axis, right? Go straight on this z-axis. No, I'm sorry, this x-axis, holding still on the z-axis. I know what I'm doing, I promise. Hey, look, floating tree. Look, there's a taiga village that I never knew we had. And look, I knew it. If we were to fly in this direction, we'd have ocean. So if I keep flying in this direction, we will get, what, more ocean? That's the hope. Now, I'm pretty sure coral is a warm ocean type thing. So if I follow this, where there's warm ocean, right? This lighter, more greenish colored stuff. I feel like that makes sense. I also need to go through my Java virtual machine options and figure out if there's a way I can stop this lagging from happening. I mean, there's only so many ocean types, right? In theory, we'll find Coral Ocean eventually. See, we're in warm ocean again. That has to be good, right? Oh man, we're like halfway down to the no-no zone. Okay, I'm backtracking to the mangrove forest. Mangrove swamp. Same difference. Right, I forgot about this. The tallest mountain in existence. This would be a cool spot for a base that's very small and tiny in comparison to the actual hugeness of what it's surrounding, of what's in it. Like, this would be an epic spot for a base. There, I watched my own video. The video that would supposedly tell me if I did in fact find coral. And I did not in fact find coral. But I am going to hug this area real quick. But we're in the danger zone, but I already made it all the way out here. So, you know, sunk cost fallacy. So we're gonna sink some costs here. What do you think? Hunt by day, fly by night? I feel like that's a very smart thing to do. There, after all that, I have managed to heal about an extra third of the elytra. So, that's good, and that's not good. We need to hurry up now and find those things. I ran out of rockets, and my elytra is not doing too hot. Well, I've made it back to my base. It was a failed expedition. It was failed. I did not find what I was looking for, and it only took 2 hours. Or however long it was. I took a big break in the middle. But, I seem to have, like, a pseudo-memory of, like, coral reef in this region over here, which I don't know if that's actually what exists there, because if I did see it, it would have been a very long time ago. But I am going to check. Look, well, I mean, it's not that far-fetched, I guess. We have warm ocean right there. It could just be that it's all just, like, frozen here. It might just be ice spikes way out here. Okay, I'm in the danger zone. I need to do this exposition another time. My elytra is not too happy with me. Yeah, look at that. That ain't a happy elytra if I ever saw one. What do you do when you run low on elytra firepower? Or just power, run low on elytra durability? You go to the end, to your heavily convenient XP grinder, and you go ahead and get that durability back up, the way nature intended. Yeah, we did not need to be here for long. And look at how awful the end looks with the stupid end flashes. Look, the lighting makes no sense. Here, I just wanted to fly in there. Okay. Let's see. True and honest goodness. Is it yes? Or is it no? Hold on a second. This is not super far away. I think if I were to make an end monument, say an ocean monument farm, I would probably do it at, I don't know, 2,000 blocks away. That seems reasonable. Hold on a second. I'm missing my rocket box. Go away. No, where'd it go? What'd I do with that? Okay, I need to head back to where I was originally, where my base is, because this is not good. Depending on how this go, I may be sleeping and AFKing overnight at my beautiful creeper farm. Well, if it's not here, I'm not finding it, which is unfortunate because shulker boxes are a pretty valuable thing to lose. I'm more worried about that than I am about the rockets being gone. I had a creeper blow up. Oh man, I've been greeted by one of my most despised end flashes. Anyway, I had one of my bulk transportation boxes go missing, and then another one. That's scary. And then another one got kablooed by a creeper. Alright, if it's not here, it's not anywhere, though. I'm doubtful. It's not here. Ain't no way I'm finding it. It's not here! Oh. I left it at wherever the mangrove swamp was, wherever I last camped. I don't have it, which is unfortunate. I'm not gonna be getting much anywhere without it, so I'm gonna use up my last rockets to come up here to my creeper farm. And I am going to sleep here tonight. Okie dokie. Alright, it has been more than an overnight session. It has been like an overnight and a half. So let's now see how much gunpowder did we get after an overnight and a half of AFKing. Because I need gunpowder very badly, so this had better be a good number. Okay. Okay, and then in here. Well, that's a bit yucky. That's who makes up the difference slightly. It works. My gunpowder farm works. So this is my redstone box, and I'm going to steal from it, and I'm going to repurpose it as my new rocket box. I have gunpowder. I should have checked. I may not have actually needed to go all overnight, but it's fine. Now, I always like to have flight duration 2 on my rockets because it's a balance of efficiency and throughput, or like efficiency and power, right? Because I want my rocket to last a long time, like a decently long time without running out, and that would mean I would have to carry fewer rockets on me. But of course, the more flight duration, the less efficient it is, and the more gunpowder it requires. So I find flight duration 2 to be a very nice balance. Now here's the question. Do I randomly have any anvils? I do randomly have any anvils. I accidentally unnamed this thing. Red rocket box. There, that's what it's called. Okie dokie, I am going to take all of my brand new rockets and I am going to go put on a show and find this stupid coral reef. I'm sick to the stomach. I finally found this stupid biome. After so much pain and so much effort, I found the biome. Ah, bah humbug. Okay, I'm gonna gather this and head back to my base. Look at this, a huge mushroom biome. Right next to the coral, and it's like much closer than the original one. I'm glad I went exploring in this direction. This is so cool, this is huge. I might have to do something with this later. Like make a end portal, another roof, like portal here. This is nice. I'm glad I went exploring. I'm not mad at all about all the time it took to get this, now that I've discovered this. Well, I've gathered every single coral block, including the fans, including the coral themselves, including the brain, not the brain, but all of, like, the coral blocks. The corals, the fans. I think the fans are what I need. But just in case, I got every single variety, because I don't want this going wrong for no reason. In any case, I now have all of the materials needed to make this automatic wood generator. Semi-automatic, super fast wood farm. I'm going to follow the tutorial, and hopefully they have a schematic so that I can watch The Chosen instead of actually listening to this guy's voice as he explains it. But in any case, it's time for a time-lapse, so enjoy! Minecraft ran out of memory, and I lost the entire time-lapse! Now, I'm confident that this works, because I know this particular TNT duper machine works, but the thing is, I still have, like, a doubt in my mind. I need saplings. Now, I don't know for certain how I'm supposed to get replenished of my saplings, but, I'm assuming that they will just, like, decay and break if I just hold AFK. So, what do I do? Oh, wait, hold on, I flip on the farm. It's working! And I get saplings back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so F3 plus T. Hey, that worked! That worked! So I have to, I guess I can just AFK like this. Okay, so my only concern is like an Enderman taking a block out and a skeleton falling down and shooting and killing me, but I've made some precautions. As you can see, I have like this little chamber here that I made, and I probably won't get aggroed if a skeleton does make it its way down here. But in any case, the dispenser is not firing. We're good. We're good. Okay, hold on. I'm so excited that this thing works. How fast is it? I'm just gonna AFK here for a little bit. So in any case, I'll see ya. Hi, I am uncomfortably close. In any case, I will see you in like a little bit. I'm gonna AFK here and see how much I get after 1 hour. Okie dokie. So after 20 minutes, it ran out of bone meal, which is incredibly frustrating because I put in like almost a double chest, right? If that is the flaw of this, then we're gonna have a problem. That is what happened, right? No bone meal. No bone meal. Okay, let's flip this lever. Ugh. Now this is lit up really well. This is enough lighting for this to work, and I've decided, you know what? I am going to use 1 full shulker box worth of bones. And if that doesn't work, then we're just not going to use this farm, because if this doesn't get me enough of what I need, right? If this doesn't get me some noticeably good amount of wood, then we're through with this farm, and we're through with automatic wood generators in general. Okay, we have loaded it up with the bone meal, and as for an added measure, I am going to come up here and I am going to light up the entirety of the area that has that's going to be near the tree, right? So from all the way up here to all the way up here, right? We are going to put torches, and we're going to make this as light as possible. We're gonna make this super efficient, super bright. All right, so that way you can't yell at me for not optimizing my farm. That's why I'm doing this. All right, so lighting all the way up, very bright as can be. All right, now let me AFK at this farm for as long as I want, and I am gonna come and I'm going to wait. I don't know how long that it's gonna take for this to run out of bone meal, but we're gonna just let it run out of bone meal, and then I'll come back, and I will see how much wood I have gotten from the farm. Okay, so there's an issue. I am running out of saplings, and I can't AFK. It replenishes saplings slowly, but not fast enough. How much wood is that? Yeah, it's not generating the saplings. It's, This is about an hour. This, I don't have a means of replenishing saplings. Well, I do, actually. But we'll run out eventually. You know what? I'm signing off on this. This is a bust. And how much was that? How much bone meal was that? I suppose that's the only question that matters. How much bone meal was that? You're out. That was a double chest of bone meal. To get how much wood? 10 stacks? That is not okay. That is not good. That's like 10. That's like 10 bone meal per wood. 5 to 10 bone meal per wood, and that is not a worth it exchange. I think I am definitely far better off doing this by hand and manually gathering the trays. This is a cool farming concept, but in practice it does not work. Alright, now I'm gonna sit here and eat at this thing, my wonderful, delicious, homemade French fries with sriracha mayo, and it is gonna feel my wrath. Now that I've given this thing an eating to, I'm going to explain why I'm in fact never going to use it again. Now, while there are probably a billion ways to get enough saplings into my inventory for this to work, the amount of bone meal that it takes to get this to run, a double chest of bone meal for 10 stacks of wood, is not okay, and it will never be okay. Now, theoretically, one could go to the very top of the world and make a big all-purpose mob farm to funnel bone meal into this automatically. While I could do that, I'm not going to, because this in fact is not really that fast of a farm. Because here, let me show you. First, we power this on, and we put this in here. Is this not just about as fast? What about that? You see, that's not that much slower, if slower at all. You see, that combined with the amount of bone meal it takes and the amount and the struggling with the saplings, I don't think this could possibly be a good farm. I'm sure some genius has probably figured out a way to make it work, but the thing is, I'm better off just manually doing this, right? Because I have never heard of a mob farm that is really that fast, that's not super complex to build. Because the amount of bone meal that it would require, the amount of skeletons per hour to do it, alright, it fires off a bone meal probably about like 5 to 10 bone meal a second. How are you supposed to get skeletons that fast? I don't understand how. I don't know if it's even possible. It might be for like some crazy farm, but I'm just gonna do this manually. I think I'm done raging. I think I am going to genuinely just go about my day and spend a whole bunch of time manually gathering a whole bunch of wood. It's not that hard. It's not that much more slow, and it's definitely a lot more worth it. Let's go. While I've spent the past day and a half rigorously gathering wood, I have 4 double chests worth of logs, which will last. I mean, you'd be surprised. This stuff will last a while. I had about, I think, 3 double chests last time, and it lasted me basically building, like, all of that was, like, 3 double chests worth of wood before I ran out of it. So imagine how much more I could do with 4 double chests. And that looks so awesome from a distance. I don't really feel, I don't think I've ever felt my base looking this awesome. This is just like really cool and ominous. In like the distance with like the like atmospheric fade in front of it, it looks so cool. But yeah, if you're wondering how I spent the past like basically several hours just mining trees, I just TV shows and YouTube. I watch the Outdoor Boys guy. He's really cool. I'm rewatching a whole bunch of his videos. The Chosen is absolutely fantastic. I have a second monitor, well, that I just put the TV show on, and then I just kind of watch it in the corner of my eye, and it's really awesome. Now, there is definitely more to do for this before I can start working on the big tree again. Mainly AFKing over at the farms to get all of the fall, autumn color stuff, but that's stuff that doesn't really look good on camera. It's just basically me sitting there AFKing and doing nothing, so I'll spare you that. So I'm going to end the video there. You have a wonderful day. Enjoy your new year. It's actually New Year's Eve on the time I'm recording this, so I'm wishing you good tidings, even though it's me that needs the tidings, if that makes any sense. So, bye-bye, guys.